Hi, I'm Ben from Sports Shoes and I'm here in the Chamonix Valley at the Mer de Glace with Salomon athlete and ambassador Tom Owens. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Tom, you've been in the Salomon team now for 16 years, incredible amount of time.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Loving it as much as ever.
Lots of experience, and today we're going to talk about the new Salomon Thundercross shoe which you've been trialling and testing over the last few months. Thoughts so far on the Thundercross?
I really like it. I'm actually doing most of my running in it just as an all-round shoe. Very comfortable, great all-rounder, I'd say.
What do you think about the look of the shoe, first of all?
Yeah, it's quite bold. It looks quite fast. I actually quite like it.
I like the colours.
Yeah.
We were just saying then, it's very Mad Max, it's very futuristic, very sci-fi. I like that, it's different, isn't it? It stands out. And when we look at the upper, one thing I know that you probably feel the same as me is it's a very breathable upper, isn't it, at the top? We've got obviously this protective rand around the outside that stops all these rocks from, bashing against your feet. But actually above that, it's quite stretchy and how does that feel when it's on?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's really important because it does give your toes the space they need to function properly. They don't feel too compressed in there. Yeah. So, there's a good amount of room.
You feel like it gives you a bit more width in the shoe itself?
Definitely. I've got quite broad feet and it's really, really good for my foot.
Yeah, so perhaps would suit somebody with that, wider foot, especially there in the forefoot across as well. You can see at that widest point, it's quite a comfortable fit, isn't it? So it's going to suit somebody with a bigger foot. Now let's just sort of move down the shoe and we'll look at the midsole now. So we've got energy foam in the midsole. It's a very cushioned shoe, isn't it? The stack height is 31 millimeters at the heel and 27 at the toe, so it's a 4mm drop. How does it feel when you're running with that cushion in the midsole?
You definitely feel protected, certainly on longer runs and rocks. You feel comfortable, that's for sure. Still secure, can still feel the ground enough and get a sense of where the feet are. And the foam really does give you some pretty good propulsion as well. So
it's great over the long distances when you need that energy back, that energy return, and especially when you're hitting the big rocks and you're doing the longer races, then it's it really helps you in that way, doesn't it?
Definitely protected and very comfortable for the longer runs.
And I don't know if you found this, but although it's on quite a high stack, actually I still had that ground control and that feel of the terrain underfoot, but it was a nice balance, I felt, of foam and cushioning, but also being able to feel at one with the terrain. Is that how you found it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel really secure in it on kind of pretty rough terrain.
It's a nice stable fit as well, isn't it? I mean, it does help with the quick lace system, doesn't it? Because you can really pull that shoe together. It's a personalised fit at the front, as is with all Salomon shoes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a nice heel counter at the back just to kind of stabilise everything.
I really like it, and I love the quick lace. I'm a big fan.
Just moving down to the outsole now, we've got this tried and tested contra grip rubber outsole, lovely kind of multi-directional lug pattern as well, with plenty of space in between. And as you can see, this one's been used just the once, and we've done this on purpose just so you can see how it actually gets rid of and sheds that mud across. Have you found that as well when you've been running in kind of muddy conditions? Yeah,
it's brilliant in the mud. I've been doing a lot in Scotland, and it's great on the muddy hills. It's got a good depth to the lug as well, but it doesn't clog up and is actually fantastic on mud.
It's worth pointing out that the lug depth that you mentioned then is 5mm as well, which it's deeper than a lot of the other Salomon shoes in the trail range. So that does perhaps mean that you would use this perhaps 3 to 4 seasons as well across the whole range of kind of weathers and terrain.
Yeah, I've been using it for everything really. I think the great thing is you can go from the muddy, steep hills to more traily sections and still feel really comfortable on everything.
One of the most important things is when someone's choosing a new shoe, I always find, how does this shoe kind of fit into a shoe rotation? What would you use this shoe for? I mean, Salomon pitched this as kind of an all-rounder, the kind of Swiss Army knife, as it were, of the trail shoe range. So if you're looking for one shoe to kind of do everything, would this be it, would you think?
Well, it is for me, yeah. It's definitely doing all my training, and I'll be doing quite a few races in it as well, certainly the longer races.
And that's interesting as well because, I see this as kind of a good training shoe, but for the longer races, I would probably race in it as well. Perhaps not for the short, because you'd go for something maybe a little bit lighter, but it would still do a job, obviously, but it's less than 290 grams. So you would see that as kind of a training and a racing shoe then?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to use it for both.
So working across different distances, different types of terrain, it's kind of the all-rounder, isn't it, this?
Yep, yeah, absolutely. I'm delighted with this shoe. It's it's the one I'm using for everything.
Excellent, that's really good to know, and great in different types of conditions, great on different types of terrain, great all-round use. So there we have it, folks. That's the Salomon Thundercross, available to buy now at SportsShoes.com.